Hey guys, this is Meredith from limecompass.net, and I have an educational video for you today on teasel. This is Dipsacus Sylvestris, and this has naturalized all throughout North America and parts of Europe. And in traditional Chinese medicine, Dipsacus japonica had been used for thousands of years, and it had been used for joint inflammation, joint pain, torn tendons, inflamed muscles, any kind of inflammation that just really hindered movement and created a lot of pain. It was used in Chinese medicine. And it was Matthew Wood, just really wonderful, intelligent herbalist, who wrote the book Earthwise Herbal, who introduced the concept of using the Sylvestris as medicine in Lyme disease. He was working with a case of Lyme disease and thought, wow, you know, this has been used in Chinese medicine. The japonica had been used in Chinese medicine for very similar symptoms of Lyme disease, and it was he, Matthew Wood, that brought teasel to our attention. And I live at over 3,000 feet in western North Carolina, and I don't see it all that much around where I live, so we cultivate it. It's also tick habitat. It likes to grow in wet, marshy, boggy areas. And so this time of year would be prime time for getting in tick country to harvest this plant. Henceforth, we have it growing here. These are the teasels here, and you can see, I don't, if we can zoom in, they like to collect water in here. And some physicians that deal with homeopathy and use flower essences and work with energetic components will sometimes have their clients or their patients drink the water that's captured by teasel. So Matthew Wood recommends using this one just came out of the ground, so we still have a lot of soil mixed in these root hairs here. But what I will do is I will come and take this plant into the kitchen and I will swish it and get all that extra soil off, so we're just seeing fine, clean root hairs. And then it will get chopped finely, or while it's so fresh and pliable like this, I can chop it and throw it in the Vitamix. And I like to use 50% alcohol. Some people will use vodka, which is 40%, but I like to use 50%. Now, Matthew says to start with 1 drop of the tincture, 1 drop, and to work up to 1 to 3 times a day. And that's a very gentle approach, and I think that anytime we start a new herb or supplement or medicine, going in slow is a very wise approach, especially for those of us that are sensitive. But Wolf Storrell, who wrote, I think it's called Natural Lyme Disease Treatment. I apologize if that is the wrong title of the book. It's something very similar. But he says that he thinks that Matthew Wood's recommendation of dosing is just too small. And Wolf says that he thinks 1 tablespoon, working up to 1 tablespoon 1 to 3 times a day, is his ideal dose. So there you have it, more confusion in the Lyme world, folk. If you choose to use teasel or any herb growing on this amazing earth, I really recommend starting small and seeing how you adjust, seeing how you react to it. My husband finds teasel very potent. He's gotten Herxheimer reactions to just the teasel tincture, where I don't feel much from it, except when I have been on a pharmaceutical antibiotic and I've used Teasel alongside the pharmaceutical antibiotic, I have been knocked down from including Teasel with the antibiotic. So for me, that's when I really felt the potency of Teasel. And that's my own personal experience. Everyone has a different one. So some people will also tincture along with the root the inner stalk, where some people will just use the root. Again, more confusion. Follow your intuition. And the root can be dried and powdered and capsuled. It is very bitter. If you were to make a tea with it, it can be very bitter tasting and very hard for children to take a liking to, no matter how much honey you put in it. And what else can I tell you? Oh, and for people that have alcohol sensitivities or are alcoholics, capsulizing it might be a very good option. But that's Teasel. I mean, check out these amazing, gorgeous leaves. They have little spikes on the back side. I don't know if we can get a close-up of that. They really like to have their roots wet, or that's been my observation, that they really like. They enjoy our clay soil. And again, when you do find it in the wild, it will be near creeks or boggy, marshy areas. And thank you so much for listening about Teasel. Wishing you all the best.